okay now.
I'm the top dog in the league, homie.
Yeah.
Let's speak on it. This is a stretch for anybody to reach on me.
Don't reach.
Just breathe on it. Don't tell them. They gotta know it's me
They know
on it.
it.
Won't kick it on me and go for 3
know
on
it.
you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor.
know.
I got it covered.
Yeah.
These corners.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to D's Corner. Again, I'm D. We're going to continue on with our one player I think every team in the AFC should consider. I've already done the NFC, so this is the AFC edition. Before we jump in, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notifications so you'll be notified when I put out a video. I truly appreciate it, man. I need my channel to grow. Trying to get my followers up or my subscribers up. Let's go ahead and jump into it. The Baltimore Ravens, the one player I think they should consider trading is Matthew Judon, their outside linebacker, their edge rusher. They franchise tagged him. They're getting ready to have to pay Lamar Jackson. Marlon Humphrey's coming up for a deal. They'll have to pay Marcus Peters. And I think if they trade Judon, I think he'll be the one that gives them the most bang for their buck. They have some younger pass rushers. They are some veterans who can bring them some production, especially with how fortified this defensive front is. If they trade Judon and bring in someone like Clay Matthews, I think Clay Matthews can get them 6, 7, maybe even 8 sacks on the season. Playing in a rotational role as well as mentoring the younger pass rushers. The Cincinnati Bengals, I really wanted to put down AJ Green, but I think they're going to give him an opportunity to play with Burrow on this franchise tag. Kind of let him see if it's a place he would want to re-sign with more weapons around him. A better quarterback, maybe a better defense, to see if that team's heading in the right direction. But with his age, his injury history, I think they should trade him, but I don't believe they will. So I went with John Ross. With cuts coming up, I really think John Ross may be getting cut. But the speed factor, that's one thing that you can't teach. And with Tyreek Hill having a phenomenal career, and then baby Tyreek Hill with Mecole Hardman out in Kansas City, if John Ross got to a team that could really utilize his speed, I think he would be. I think he would do pretty well. I think he'll be able to live up to some of his expectations. I don't think he'll ever live up to his draft status as a first rounder, just because he's a small guy. He's not heavy. He's not great at routes. He's not a big contested ball catcher. He is really fast, but you just got to find ways to get the ball in his hand. The Cleveland Browns, I think they should trade or consider trading tight end David Njoku. They drafted Harrison Bryant out of FIU. They brought in Austin Hooper. I can't remember if Njoku got his 5th-year option picked up or not, but this team is loaded with talent at the skill position. I could see them trading for potential draft assets or even offensive line depth. That's somewhere where they really lacked. They've already made a trade for Jaguar safety Ronnie Harrison after Grant Delpit went down. I think he'll play more free and let Carl Joseph play in the box more. But I think David Njoku, I think he's the one who's really going to get them a haul, especially teams that need a tight end. I could see a team like the New England Patriots taking a flyer on him. Cam Newton has played very well with good tight end work with Greg Olsen. I think it'll be pretty good for him to be with them. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they should consider trading safety Terrell Edmonds. He's more of that old school box safety, playing in the box, helping out with the run, thumper type. He is athletic, but with him being young, not really producing on a first round talent basis, I think he's someone that they should consider trading. I think they will be able to get something in return for him, so that'll be really good for the Steelers. Next up, we got the AFC East. Starting off with the Buffalo Bills, I think a player they should consider trading is defensive end Jerry Hughes. He's getting a little long in the tooth. I also believe he's coming up on the last year of his contract, and they already draft basically his replacement with AJ Epinesa. Jerry Hughes is still a solid defensive end. He can give a team solid production. I could see them attempting to trade him, but then again, I could see them keeping him as well because their defense is stacked. Tom Brady's gone. This is their opportunity to take over the East. I don't see him being traded, but this is a team this is the player they should consider trading. For the New York Jets, safety Marcus May was being talked about being traded during the draft process. They've already traded Jamal Adams. May is also coming up on his final year of his deal. They traded Jamal Adams and got Bradley McDougald. Now they also drafted Ashton Davis from Cal, who can play more of that free role. And while they have Bradley McDougald manning down that strong spot, the Jets, in my opinion, they're still going to have to build this team up. I honestly don't believe in Adam Gase. I'm not sure how he went from being fired as the Miami Dolphins head coach directly into being hired as the Jets head coach. He doesn't have a strong resume as a head coach. He doesn't seem like that type of leader, the guy that you're going to want to run through a wall for. I just think the Jets need more, and they're going to go ahead and try to get off of Marcus May, as they're pretty stacked now in that defensive secondary with draft picks and other veterans. The New England Patriots, I think they should consider trading franchise tag guard Joe Thuney. It's not very often that you see a guard get franchise tagged. With them franchise tagging him almost immediately and not re-signing him, that kind of sent up a red flag in my mind, making me think that he could possibly be a potential trade candidate. I could see them keeping him. The Patriots do not have a lot of cap. I don't think he'll be there next year. So that's why I'm saying trade him, especially since this year you've had so many defensive players opt out. Watch the New England Patriots as roster cuts start happening, as they start trying to clear up some cap space to kind of solidify that defense. And my player for the Miami Dolphins just got cut as I'm making my video, and that was quarterback Josh Rosen, but they were actually trying to trade him, which I think everyone knew once they traded for him from the Cardinals that he would be a potential trade candidate after Ryan Fitzmagic took over last year and with the drafting of Tua. I just don't see Josh Rosen being that guy. Team should give this kid an opportunity. I mean, he was a top 10 pick. He's a pretty good quarterback at Cal. He is weird as far as being young and questions a lot of things. But he comes from money, so I guess he doesn't really need football. But in my opinion, he's a good quarterback. In my opinion, he's a good young quarterback who, if given the right opportunity in the right place, could probably flourish in this league. I can see the Steelers going after him as a backup to Ben Roethlisberger. Never know, he could get in there and learn behind Big Ben. That could be really, really beneficial for him and beneficial to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The AFC South, as much as I battled myself with this one for the Colts, I could see them considering to trade Zach Pascal. Understand that I'm not trying to do the boring, this guy's on his last year of his deal, let's trade him. Even though a lot of these players are on the last year of their deal, I'm not trying to make the obvious selection. The Colts have a couple of players that could possibly be traded, only because their replacement could possibly already be on the roster. Of course, Marlon Mack is in the last year of his deal, but they've drafted Jonathan Taylor. Also, Anthony Walker, who for some reason has been an underappreciated, undervalued linebacker. He is solid against the run. I know he is not the best in coverage, but he's a good option next to Darius Leonard. But they have Bobby Okereke, who could possibly take over for Walker, as well as EJ Speed, who could possibly slide inside or play on the opposite side, more strong side. He fits a very similar skill set and body type of Darius Leonard. But I think Zach Pascal I think they're going to re-sign T.Y. with the drafting of Michael Pittman and the drafting of Paris Campbell. I don't think that they would re-sign Zach Pascal unless it would be at a reasonable price. Even though they do have a lot of cap, we have some players coming up that we will need to re-sign. We just got done signing Ryan Kelly. Darius Leonard will need a new contract. T.Y. will need a new contract, as well as Quentin Nelson. For the Houston Texans, I have them trading cornerback Garyon Conley. Their cornerback room is pretty deep. They did not pick up his fifth-year option, which is telling in itself. And he's on his second team already. He was a first-round pick a couple of years ago out of Ohio State by the Raiders. Didn't produce it well enough that got him traded to the Texans. And I think if you're not going to re-sign him, go ahead and try to recoup something. That's always my motto. If I'm going to give up a player, I might as well get something in return, especially a first-round player. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I did have them trading or attempting to trade Leonard Fournette. They cut him. So next up, why not go ahead and trade Miles Jack? Go ahead, get everything that you can get draft capital wise. Clear up as much cap space as possible. You're going to fire Doug Marrone. You're going to go with a new coach next year. Load up in draft capital, load up over the offseason, load up in free agency so that you have the cap space and get you the right coach in there to build the right culture. Because you have already let go of just about every Pro Bowl player that you had on that defense a few years ago that lost in that AFC Championship game with the New England Patriots. Miles Jack, I believe, is the remaining player. Go ahead and get rid of him. You do have a lot of depth at your linebacker, in your linebacker room. They signed Joe Schobert from the Cleveland Browns. You have 4 of the top 50 picks already next year. They just traded Ronnie Harrison and got another pick for next year, which I think was a 5th rounder. Go ahead, but this is really, really telling. This is a really telling season and off season, especially if you think about and consider college football. The entire NCAA will not be playing. There's only going to be a few conferences that are willing to play this year. So if everything goes as normal and the combine is in February, the Jags are going to need as many draft picks as they can, because they're going to have to take as many home run swings as possible. And for the Tennessee Titans, I have them getting rid of, or should be considered trading, wide receiver Corey Davis. He's in the last year of his contract. He's a big-bodied wide receiver. Is a top 5 pick who has not lived up to his draft status with the Titans. Ryan Tannehill caught on and got a good rapport with A.J. Brown. They do have Adam Humphries coming out of the slot. So Corey Davis is someone I could see them not re-signing. And I am a firm believer, if you're not going to re-sign someone, again, like I keep saying, first-round picks, it's best just to get rid of them, as they are still able to recoup you something. Other teams are going to give those former first-round picks an opportunity. For the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs, I have them trading, or they should consider trading linebacker Anthony Hitchens. They basically drafted his replacement with Willie Gay. Hitchens is a good veteran linebacker. There are teams who are in need of linebacker, especially on the inside. The Rams, the Giants, just to name 2 off the top of my head. The Eagles as well. Anthony Hitchens could play a valuable role in any of those teams, and they could recoup the Chiefs some draft capital to continue to build the dynasty that they're going for. The Las Vegas Raiders, I have them considering trading guard Gabe Jackson. The past 2 years, it's been coming out and been reported that they're looking to trade and move on from him. I think he has 2 or 3 years left on his deal. He's still a young player. Honestly, someone that I wouldn't mind seeing the Colts go after, depending on the draft assets or whatever it was that we would have to give up for him. Because Gronkowski is not really living up to it. He's kind of our weak link on the offensive line, but I think if you plug Gabe Jackson in next to Ryan Kelly and Braden Smith, he would just be an upgrade on that right side, and we would have probably the best offensive line in football. No arguments there. The Denver Broncos, I have them. They should be able to trade or be looking to trade running back Royce Freeman. I do not believe any running backs, any non-big name running backs will be getting traded. I think Freeman will end up being cut, but he is a good, talented young back. He is a power back. He does have some speed and ability coming out of Oregon. I really think with Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay, carries are going to be real scarce for the remaining backs on that team. I could just see them attempting to trade Freeman, but I'm pretty sure that he will end up being cut. Finally, for the LA Chargers, I think they should go ahead and consider trading Denzel Perryman, the linebacker. Again, there's teams who are in need of linebacker: the Giants, the Rams, and the Eagles. Off the top of my head, the linebacking core is very sour, if you will. Hot garbage, honestly. The Eagles, I could see him fitting in with the Eagles. You have to go up against Ezekiel Elliott and Saquon Barkley twice a year. That would be probably the best fit for him. Plus, the Eagles have a solid defensive line, so you can kind of give him an opportunity to not have to worry about fighting off blockers, chasing his way into the backfield for the opposing teams. So, all right, everybody, man, I really appreciate you guys taking your time to watch the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Help my channel grow. Turn on your notifications so you can be notified when I am posting videos. But with everything going on, I had to get this video out. The season starts this week. I'm so excited for that. I'm pumped for it. I'm looking to get my record predictions out no later than this Tuesday, and I'm hoping by this Wednesday, maybe Saturday, I'll get out a mock draft based off the LA, off the Vegas betting odds, and then sometime next week or a week after, I'll do a mock draft based off of my own record predictions. So be on the lookout for that. Those things take a long time. I'm trying to get the right video set up for it. I'm learning as I grow with this thing, but it's been a fun experience. I really love football. I really love doing these videos, man, so I'm doing the best that I can with the videos. So yeah, man, I appreciate all the love, appreciate any and all feedback. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, let me comment, leave comments, let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys think should be traded, shouldn't be traded, or who you think will be released. I believe the deadline is today at 1500, my military background coming out. But at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, rosters have to be down to 53. These are the players the AFC should consider trading. All right, guys, I'm out of here.
Okay, now. I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Yeah. Let's speak on it. It's a stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them. They gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on me and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor. I got it covered, D's corner. I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Let's speak on it. It's a stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them. They gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor. I got it covered, D's corner, like, yeah.